the official first episode of Pongo's Ponderings. And this is a podcast that is a live podcast, and it goes for about typically an hour. I'm looking to do about 30 minutes. So this is the very first official episode, so thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Everything that is expressed on this podcast in any episode is really just my own opinion. There's no real facts here. I'm not an expert in anything at all. I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to have a good time. So I'm going to start this episode with some really great news. If you had a chance to watch my previous episode, which was just a test episode, it went okay. There were some good things about it. And it's interesting because it actually made me want to retry everything again. Because if you're not aware, I was, I guess, quote unquote, banned, but really blocked from old school RuneScape. And I made that whole video about it. Now, the good news is I fixed it. So I'm back. I'm back playing RuneScape again. But I just want to start this episode out with saying that, I'm back in RuneScape. I figured out the whole block thing, and that I was wrong. Sorry, Jagex, you don't have to fix anything. If you have this happening to you, you can fix it, and I'm about to show you how. So after I made that video, maybe a couple days, a couple days go by, I am looking for ways to get back on the game. I'm thinking, man, talking about it made me really want to get back into it. So I'm just going to try and do everything I can to search the internet, to scour it, and really find an answer for my problem. So I did. It's crazy. I did. I went online and I looked. I guess I didn't look as hard as I could have, because I found on a RuneScape support website, and luckily I didn't have to sign in or anything before I fixed this, or else it would have just blocked me anyway. So I was able to actually get this information without, being blocked or anything. So this is what it says. It actually shows you the sorry, you've been blocked. This is under the support of .runescape.com. And it says that please note that your account has not been blocked or locked in any way. It's your connection that hasn't been allowed, right? So it was my connection. If this has happened to you, please check the advice below. So, it was the connection. We kind of already knew that, right? Because I had looked at what's going on online, what people were saying online, and they were all saying, VPN, all that stuff. And I didn't want to buy a VPN. I mean, how insane is that? I didn't want to buy a VPN just to play this game, right? So, it says down below, this is latest software. You make sure that you're using the most up-to-date versions of the software. So for the website access that I was having issues with, when it just kept blocking me every time I tried to sign in, you just want to make sure that your internet browser itself is fully up-to-date. And if you don't know how to do that, you can actually look that up and how to do that. But it's super, super simple, and it might actually be out of date. And if that's not your issue, then you can actually move on. So you want to make sure that the Jagex launcher that you're using, whether it be RuneLite or, just the original old school RuneScape launcher, you want to obviously make sure it's the right one, but you definitely want to make sure that everything's updated. I think the easiest way to do that is to just uninstall it, reinstall it super quick. So if you make sure your internet browser's up to date, make sure you're using the correct launchers and all of that's up to date. If you're using mobile, try and look for any updates to your device. If it's happening on mobile, try to update your device. And then also make sure you're using the most recent version of the app as well. So all of those issues that I just discussed were actually not my problem. My problem was time zone. Can you believe that? Time zone. I was in the wrong time zone. My operating system, I guess, just put me in another time zone. I believe it's a Pacific Standard Time, but I'm in Central Time. So I had to just go into my computer and then change up the time, right? Just change like the time setting. So I had to just change it from Pacific Standard to Central Time. And I did all the above listed above. I did the time zone thing, and then I tried to get back in the game, and it worked. It worked. I couldn't believe it, and oh man, it was so great. I was ecstatic. I was super happy about that. So yeah, I'm back into in old school RuneScape again, so it feels really great to be back, and it feels really nice to know that I didn't lose anything in my account, that it was just blocked. So if you're having that issue, there you go. You know that those are your solutions. If you're still having problems, honestly, I'm not really sure what else to do for you. Just kind of go back to step one, and I guess rinse and repeat and try and figure it out. Because like I said, if the only support here is what I got, and I didn't have to sign in. So if you're going to have to sign in, then it's likely to block you. So the best thing for you to do is to, what I was saying earlier, just start from square one and just work your way down. And again, those things would be to, just real quick, update your internet browser, right? Make sure that your jagex launcher, whether it's RuneLite or original jagex launcher, is all up to date. Make sure you have the correct ones. And the best way to do that, like I said, just uninstall, install it. There is a repair option. I wouldn't go with that option. Honestly, just uninstall, install it. It takes no time at all. So other than that, like I said, with mobile, it's pretty much the same thing. You just want to make sure your device itself is updated, and then also that you're using the most recent version of the OSRS application. And the other thing would be the time zone. So the time zone. So you can just it might be that, because that was what my issue was. It was the time zone. Crazy. But yeah, I fixed it. I'm back in, and it feels really great to be back in, honestly. I got in, and I was just scaling everything that I could. Like, I was so excited to be back. And so I have been, recently, I've been, in the past couple days, making a lot of pizzas in the game, making a lot of anchovy pizzas, basically from scratch. I can't get any of the cheese or any of the tomato. I mean, I guess I can get the tomato, but I can't really harvest it in large amounts like you could if you're a member. And I can't churn anything because I'm not a member. So I had to purchase those ingredients on the Grand Exchange, but it wasn't that bad. I maybe spent, 30,000 GP for those ingredients, and so everything else I'm just doing from scratch. I'm literally picking wheat. I'm literally just milling it, putting it all together, making it all from scratch, and I'm making about 900 to about 1,000 GP per pizza, per anchovy pizza. Yeah, it's a really, really good way to make some easy money. And it's fun too, and I'm leveling up my cooking, which is probably one of my favorite free-to-play skills in the game. So with all of that too, I was able to actually use the cooking guild, like the the guild or whatever. That's like right outside of the Grand Exchange from Enverek. I was actually able to utilize that guild because my cooking was up so high already, because my friend Slayer, who I mentioned in my test video, if you'd watched that, and if you haven't, you should go check that out. He actually helped me out. He gave me like 65,000 water jugs and like 65,000 grapes. So I'm literally just I'll do it on stream eventually, because I'm going to start streaming this again soon. But I'm literally just putting the grapes in the jug, right? Just putting it in the jug, keep putting the grapes in the jug. And then it's funny, because if you just keep going and going and going, and you bank all of these items and take more out and keep making more, you can actually have a huge experience point dump. So you can go, from one level to another within a few minutes. And it's a really, really awesome way to gain experience. So other than RuneScape, what I just wanted to talk about today was, just kind of like how my week had been going. My week was pretty busy. I was doing a lot of stuff, helping out a friend, a couple friends building a greenhouse. and we got like most of the frame, but we didn't get like the top part yet. We didn't make like a roof for it yet. He actually, when we were building it, it was interesting. Because he has his own garden and whatnot, so he wanted to make his own greenhouse, and he put like this chicken wire underneath it, so that way rabbits wouldn't, I guess, tunnel underneath and get at his stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was interesting. So yeah, we had a really good time just kind of outside enjoying each other's company and building stuff. I'm not really good at building anything. So, I mean, I barely helped. I think I just kind of stood there and just kind of supervised them to do things that I didn't know what I was doing. So it's also really cool too, because we wanted to go fishing, but we ended up not going fishing. My friend who has that garden wanted to build that greenhouse. He actually ended up paying for my fishing license, which I've never owned before in my life. I've gone fishing quite often, quite a lot of times in my life, without a fishing license. I don't know if that's like a criminal, like I just, exposed myself, like now I'm a criminal, a wanted criminal. But yeah, no, never had a fishing license. Just never. I just never got around to it. I never really saw it as necessary, but I understand though with the conservation and all of that, and how a license you should get a fishing license ultimately. It would really more just so for the fact that it'll just open up your wherever you can go. You can just go anywhere that it's allowed. So yeah, I also don't own a fishing pole. I didn't own a tackle box. So I got really great friends, man, and so. He actually hooked me up with a little tackle box, a new fishing pole. Now it's not a closed reel. I was kind of open for a closed reel because that's more beginner friendly. And I mean I wouldn't really consider myself a beginner, but I'm not that great, so I'm still in that. Like the beginner stage, I guess. It would have been a lot easier if I had a closed reel. But he gave me a nice open reel. It's not a bait caster, but it's a nice open reel. I have to get new line for it and all that stuff, but he hooked me up with all of that stuff. So, I mean, it's a whole learning process. I got to clean this whole thing, and I got to line it and learn how to tie certain knots that I need. And but it's cool. Now that I got my license, I could theoretically just hook all that up and go somewhere and start fishing. And I think that's a lot of fun. So yeah, other than that, my week has been all right. It's been a really, really decent weather. It has been raining quite a lot lately, but what do you expect from spring? So other than all of that, things have been pretty dang good. I'm currently still like kind of looking for a part-time job. I haven't really had much luck. If you are currently looking for a job right now and you're not having any luck, then just hang in there and you'll get it eventually. It's kind of daunting right now, finding work. Had a lot of interviews, but no one really kind of called me back, said, "Hey, let's get you going," and that's what I'm hoping for, and it'll be soon. The most important thing is to just not give up and just keep going. But honestly, it's going to be a pretty short episode today. That's really all I had to say. So do me a favor, if you're watching this currently on YouTube, you can like, subscribe, even comment, whatever you want. Doesn't matter, okay? If you are interested and you want to watch me live, like I said, I am on from 2 to maybe about 3. Today's an exception. I'm just wanting to make an episodes to really just kind of get my point across and just move on. I don't really want to waste anybody's time. So with that being said, I'm Pongo Pygmaeus. You can just call me Pongo. My episodes are every Wednesday from 2 p.m. Central till 3 p.m. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you all next Wednesday.